Oh,
I said now we can see the head of the ant under microscope. How many eyes can we see? And what are the tiny parts inside its eye?
An ant actually doesn't have eyes.
Doesn't have eyes?
These tall stuff you can kill with it, so we can know.
We can see two eyes on the two sides.
I don't even see
head.
eyes. So of course ants, I don't even see eyes. I just see a creepy face.
Look at this. Look at this.
This isn't
one.
This isn't eyes.
Two.
How?
No. The ant has two eyes. It's not like your eyes. It's different from your eyes, but we can. It can see with these two eyes. Okay.
How are these eyes? I don't see anything.
Look, the eyes of ants is different from our eyes. Our eyes like black and white.
Yeah.
But this one is different from our eyes. It can see with these two parts. So we can consider them like eyes. You understand me?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Muhammad Sultan, how can we describe these eyes?
What was that?
How can we describe the head, the whole head of the ant? Is it nice? Do you like it?
No.
It's weird. Look.
Ticks and persuade the ant to stay still, you can see that it's not particularly attractive. It has antennae, its body is covered with hairs, and it looks at you with a dead-eyed glaze. Like other insects, ants have an exoskeleton, an external chitin shell that provides support and protection for the body. The antennae on their head are sensory organs used to detect chemicals, air currents and vibrations, and also to receive and transmit signals through touch. And oh yes, don't forget the mandibles. They are used to carry food, build nests, and defend against enemies. They're also there because some ants bite, and you definitely don't want to experience that.
What? Oh, here's one. Oh.
You've probably seen ants that carry leaves, but they don't use them for food. Atta, or leafcutter ants, use pieces of leaf to feed a mushroom that grows in their nests. The ants in turn then eat this mushroom. No wonder ants are considered the most advanced species of insects. Squid. Octopi and cuttlefish are masters of underwater camouflage, blending in seamlessly against a rock or coral. An ocean, mimicking the subtle interplay of light, water, and waves. But how do they do it? Oh, squids are very good at it, and you won't understand how they do it unless you take a closer look.
So now you can see some insects under a microscope. Let's go back to the book. Okay. Okay, this time with page 25. We said, how do scientists, what are some types of investigations? First of all, we are going to read experiments. What are experiments and why they are very important for scientists? Faisal? Experiments, please. Faisal, do you hear me?
Yes.
Faisal, yes, please read it. In an experiment?
In an experiment, scientists control all the conditions of the investigation. Scientists study what happens to a group of samples that are all the same, except for one difference.
Faisal, my question is, why do scientists need to do experiments?
Because to know about things.
What things? Like if they discover new thing and they don't understand the whole information about this new thing, why do they need to do experiment about this new thing? To prove their idea, to make evidence for their idea. Okay?
Okay.
So experiment. In an experiment, scientists control all the conditions of all investigation. Scientists study what happens to a group of samples that are all the same except for one difference. Ahmed? Repeated observations. Repeated observations.
Scientists use repeat observations to study processes in nature that they can observe but can't control.
Okay, how can we make observation, Ahmed?
By using our senses,
What are your 5 senses?
eye, the nose, tongue, and hands.
Yeah.
And ears.
Ears, very, very nice. And you said them and you didn't say the function of each one. Your eyes to
see, and the nose to smell,
yeah.
the tongue to taste, the hand to touch, and the ear to hear.
That's right. Thank you very much. Muhammad?
Yes.
Sorry, Muhammad Sultan. I asked Muhammad Tarbush to read this part, please. Muhammad Tarbush, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Yes.
Using models. Read this part, please. Scientists use models.
Scientists use models
when they cannot experiment on the real things. Look at this. Look at this. What can you see here in this picture, Muhammad?
Somebody he do like race in something.
You know, Muhammad, this is a game called cube games.
Yeah, that is a
some cubes. If you put them together, you will make shape. You will make shape. If you remember, when you was young,
yeah.
If you buy a game like this, it's like some cubes. You put them together in a pattern to make shape like a horse, a house, a computer, and so on. Yeah. Do you have something like this?
No.
No.
Only,
okay. Ammar?
Yeah.
Okay, so using models, scientists use models
when they cannot experiment on the real thing. Models help scientists investigate things that are large like a planet, expensive like a bridge, or uncontrollable like the weather.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you are ready to move to the highest
now
power
we need
lens.
to understand the strategy of all scientists when they do make
and look at field investigations. You want to take a look and study an animal like Jane Goodall in Africa who studied chimpanzees. They're going to take a while to take a look at that. Maybe you need to measure and collect your data through numbers. Quantitatively, you need to take numbers. Maybe you have use for a timepiece, so you know how long things will happen. Cameras are really important too. Having a camera and being able to take pictures and collect your data with pictures. Most of all, very importantly, you're going to need your book.
Yeah, she said very, very important thing. we need to record our data in a notebook. It's very important to record your notice, your information in a book, so you can organize them, you can get them if you want. So without organizing, without recording, the information will lost. Yes, Ahmed?
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Can I answer? And Mr. I want to say something too.
Yeah, what?
Um, we always have to, if you're a scientist, you need to have the things that this woman said always at all times, because you can record your data, and also because people believe you about your experiments. And
You say, I think you want to say this is like proof or evidence for your experiment.
yes,
Also, we can organize our knowledge in this recording.
yes.
Thank you.
The most important thing you need to have is the camera and the notebook.
Very nice. Thank you, Ahmed.
And Mr. Can I answer something?
Yes. Any question?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen and then I'll ask you.
To write down all of your data, to record things in a systematic way, to make sure that this investigation is documented. So asking the question, making the observations, and collecting your data to form that conclusion. Maybe you're looking at how many birds are in a certain area, or how many trees in a certain area of a jungle. These are all descriptive investigations. They take a lot of time. They take a lot of money, because you may have to go out into the field and travel. So these kind of investigations are called descriptive investigations.
So there are two kinds of data. The first one is called descriptive, when you describe something, and the second one is called quantitative. If you want to count something, like if we talk about how many students in the class, it's a quantitative because you are going to count. But if I'm talking about your blood species or your blood species, all of you, it's descriptive because I will describe it. No count for the blood species.
Investigations. Our second kind of investigations are comparative. These are really investigations where we compare how things are different or how they are alike. There's different kinds of questions that you could ask that make this kind of comparative investigation interesting. You're really looking at relationships and how they compare. Maybe how two rocks are alike, or how one frog species is different from another frog species. So let's take a look at something that you could maybe use as a comparative investigation. So today, we're taking a look at maybe something you've thought about before. We're going to take a look at
this experiment, please, because after that, I will ask you some questions about this. Look carefully.
How fast I can melt ice. So here we have 2 blocks of ice, and these blocks of ice were exactly the same. I'm controlling them because my experiment is to see which one will melt faster. The first one I'll try is with sugar. So as I put the sugar on here, I want to take exactly the same amount of sugar and sprinkle that on just like that. This is the sugar. And I'm going to compare this in my investigation. I'm going to ask which one will melt faster.
Okay, this is a very important question. All of you bring up a notebook or a paper and a pen. We have two blocks of ice here, you can see with this scientist, 2 blocks of ice. They are of the same size. And the scientists want to know which block will melt faster. She added sugar on the first block and salt on the second one. In your opinion, which one will melt faster? Write your answer and the reason, and after 1 minute, I will get your answer quickly. Again, you need to bring up a paper. We have 2 blocks of ice, They are of the same size, and we need to discover which one will melt faster, which one will melt before the other. And we added small amount of sugar on the first block and small amount of salt on the second one. Which one will melt faster and why? Record your answer and the reason. We'll ask you about your question, your answer after 1 minute. Only 1 minute. Open your camera, please. Muhammad Tarbush, Ahmad, Razan, Faisal, Ammar.
Mister,
Abdullah?
I
Yeah.
finished.
You have finished?
Can I show you?
Yes. Ahmad, what is your answer?
I answer it or I show you from
No,
the
no,
notebook.
tell me your answer. Tell me your answer.
My answer is sugar.
Sugar will melt faster?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the other, I don't really know, but I think so because I don't have, I don't think that.
No problem, no problem.
the-
If you have the reason, no problem. Danny, which one will melt faster and
The
why?
one that has the salt.
Why?
Because salt dissolves the ice because of what's in the salt.
What is inside salt?
I don't know, I forgot.
No problem. Yusuf, what is your answer quickly?
Mister,
Yeah.
first of all, the video was lagging. Second of all, your voice is also lagging.
My voice is lagging?
What was the 2 things again? Salt patch.
There are 2 blocks of ice of the same size. We added 2 amounts of sugar on the first block and salt on the second one. What do you think? Which one will melt faster? This one with sugar on the top, or this one with melt? I'm sorry, with this one with salt on the top. What do you think?
I would say salt on the top.
Salt on the top. Okay, just say salt or sugar, Manef. Sugar or salt on the top? Will
Mister,
Yeah.
the faster will melt.
Yeah.
It's the salt.
You said salt. Thank you. Don't give me the reason. You said salt. We are going to discover it. Muhammad, what do you think? Sugar or salt first? Sugar or salt?
Salt.
Salt. Thank you. Abdullah? Sugar or salt? Salt. Abdullah Khalid? Sugar or salt first?
Salt, of course, salt.
Faisal? What is your answer?
Salt. Salt. Because I've
Muhammad
seen
Sultan.
videos.
Sugar or salt?
Mister, I want to tell you. It's salt, but why?
Yeah.
Why it's not sugar? Because, example, when you make tea, when you make it with the spoon and make like this, the sugar, it will be with the tea, to mix with the tea. But when you put the salt, مثلا you make popcorn and you put the salt in the popcorn, when we do like this, we see the salt.
Yeah.
And the salt,
Maybe your answer is wrong, maybe it's right. Let's see. Yusuf Auda, quickly. What is your answer? Salt or sugar?
Salt, 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 salt,
Okay,
salt.
Mu'taz?
Yes.
What is your answer quickly?
Salt.
Okay, Mohsen?
Salt.
Okay, Ahmed?
Because I watch a YouTube video.
Razan?
Salt.
Abdullah? Ammar? Ahmed?
Salt.
Salt. Let's see which one is right.
Or are they the same? Which one will melt faster, the salt or the sugar? So in this one, I take this and I sprinkle about the same, the same amount on this ice cube as my sugar cube. And then I take those and I wait. So we have the same amount of time for both of them. So let's take a look at what it looks like after 1 hour. We take our sugar and salt and let's see what happens. So let's say an hour went past and here is my salt and my sugar. And in this comparison, I can see that the salt has melted dramatically different and that it's actually gotten a lot faster and smaller than my sugar.
So if you say salt, your answer is totally right. Thank you very much. And please join me in the math class now. Goodbye.
Bye.